mean, obviously we're heading in the right direction with the guys we have here, and getting a guy like Ruben, a hometown guy that everybody in the country wanted, was huge for us. He's played his butt off so far through spring. Excited to see him get in the training camp now, and with the first game being a little over a month away, it'll be good to see his progression from where he was in the spring. Same with Jaden Wayne. Jaden's done a great job since he's got here in January. He's gotten bigger, faster, stronger. We're looking for big things out of both of those guys.
Some of the veterans in the room as well, Jason, guys like Jafari, Harvey, Chance Williams, how have they been sort of helping the younger guys pick things up?
I thought they did a great job. We got really good leadership in that room between Jafari and Chance and Mesidor. I mean, we got a lot of guys that are starting to step up and lead the group, kind of lead the whole room, and instill kind of our standard, our team culture and our defensive line standard. They've done a really good job of paying that forward and trying to emphasize that. Now they had to learn a new system as well, so it's a little different than if you're coming back in a similar system or in the same system where you're a little more comfortable and familiar with it. I think they could do a bit more. You could always do a bit more teaching for the young guys. Where this spring having a new coordinator and a new schematic scheme on defense, it's they were all trying to catch up and trying to learn. So it's been a fun 6 months, ready to get going.
The big picture last season was difficult. I know you weren't in the same role on the staff, but you were around for it. Is there anything you feel like the team learned from that adversity, and does it feel different in the building this year?
Well, if you're losing, you don't learn, then shame on you. It's a waste of time, And every loss is a lesson. And we learned a lot of things about who we are, what we need to do. I think some of our systems, some of the things we do on a weekly and daily basis, from between players and coaches. Players understanding what it takes to play at a high level, week in and week out. What it's going to take, taking care of their body, recovery, practice schedule, all those things. We all learned a lot from last year, and we also learned that losing is got to be nice. It stinks.
Hi, JT.
What's up, man?
Nice to see you.
At least somebody else in here is sweating besides me.
Oh, God, I just ran from Dolphins practice. I just ran from Miami Gardens. With Nigel Leak, obviously, his hope, I'm sure, is to go from freshman player, get some snaps, to maybe competing with Jafari and others to play. Where has his growth been? Have you seen much, and what's the ceiling?
He had a great spring. I mean, Leak practiced every practice and got a lot of reps in the spring. He's come a long way. Really grew up too. Leak was 17 years old until midway through the season last year. Coming in as a true freshman, and so sometimes when you're riding them last year, and you got to take a step back and say the kid's 17, just turned 18, and some of that youthful energy and not knowing some things kind of caught up with him a little bit, but he learned from it, and he's really grown up. He had an amazing spring. I thought he did a great job, and obviously very close with Leak and really looking for big things out of him. He's going to be outstanding.
I know we talked to you, March, about Cyrus putting on weight. How much weight and strength has he added? Is he ready at all to compete, to be a rotational player, do you think? As
far as what he's put on, I haven't seen him yet. We've not been around the players yet, so we'll see him tonight. I haven't looked at the report either from the weight room, but I know he had a good summer. The reports we got during our time off was that he was doing a great job. So Cyrus is a talented guy. And again, a lot of these kids come in their first year, and we've all been there, or most of us have been there. And if you guys went to college and didn't make any mistakes, then I should have grew up in your house. We all got to learn and grow up a little bit and go through some things, and these guys are no different.
Just a couple other guys. With Leonard Taylor, you see him, JT, and you think, what can he be? Is there any pro you've had him study tape at that you see similar body types or skill sets?
What can he could be whatever he wants to be, really. He's that kind of guy, that kind of talent. LT will go as far as he wants to go, and it's my job to help him get there in any way I can. But very talented, very, very talented. Obviously, big man, strong, powerful, quick. He has everything you see guys on Sunday have. And he's looking forward to, I was just with him in the lunchroom there, he's looking forward to having a big year, and we'll see what happens.
Last guy I was going to ask you about Branson Dean, what you saw from the Purdue tape, what you saw from him in the spring. You think he's ready to be a starting caliber, potentially player at Miami?
Dean is everything as advertised. A pro's pro. Really. I mean, he really treats this like he's a pro. Seeing him here for the last 2 months in the summertime when guys were off, 8, 9 o'clock at night, first thing in the morning, out here on the field doing stuff on his own. He approaches it the right way. He understands his body is his business, and he's, if you really want to be successful with this game, you really got to dedicate yourself to it 24/7, physically, mentally, and in every way, and put that work in. And he does it each and every day. I'm really, really glad he's here in Miami.
Thanks, Jason.
Yep.
Great.
Coach, Ruben Bain's always been somebody to embrace competition from his time at Miami Central, playing in big-time environment games. What have you seen from him, and how has he looked so far since he got here?
I've seen just that. I mean, he grew up and played at a school that is used to playing on the big stage and playing in big games and having competition every day. And he's a guy. He was the lead dog on that team, and we're looking for him to have a big year for us as well. And I love the way he goes about his business. He competes. He's coachable as heck. He wants information. He could play a bunch of different spots. He's going to be. I think his future is very bright here in Miami.
A lot of these guys have filled up stat sheets in South Florida, from the Miami Northwestern to Cam Kitchens to Palmetto to the Centrals and whatnot. What have you seen from your time here and that stands out from these guys from South Florida?
I mean, football's different down here. I've been here 20-some years, 25 years, and football's different. It's a way of life down here. And having had a chance to coach high school football at St. Thomas down here, it's just different. So it's always great when you get those local guys that stay home. The Wesley Basaints, the Najee Kellys, the Ruben Bains, Cam Kitchens, Jaden Davis now from St. Thomas went to Oklahoma and is now here. It means more when you do it for your hometown, and having those guys here to help lead us and to help turn this thing around the way it needs to be. It takes local boys to do it.
Jason, you're finding time to welcome us to Canton this weekend.
We start training camp tomorrow, right? It's part of the deal when you take a coaching job. You miss out on things that happen in August, but I'm obviously very, very happy for him. But I'll be here practicing.
What's having your reaction about it taking him this long to get into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, it's the system. It is what it is. I feel like we've been through this before, so it's he deserved to be in. He's in. Should have happened earlier, sure, but everyone can have that argument, and it can be debated forever. The fact of the matter is, he's where he's supposed to be, and I'm very, very happy for him.
You mentioned Jaden Davis. Obviously, I think he said you were the DC his senior year at St. Thomas. He said you're part of the reason why he felt comfortable kind of coming back here. Can you tell us a little bit about that relationship, and maybe I don't know what you think he can bring to this defense? I know it's your position group, as well as anyone.
Yeah, I love Jaden. The way he goes about his business, he's really, like I was talking about Brashard Smith earlier, he's really a pro's pro. And he understands the game. He can play a bunch of different spots. In high school, he played on the edge for us. At corner, he played nickel. He played safety. He's very experienced. He's obviously played a lot of games at Oklahoma, so he's seen the game at the highest level. And so his level of competition and what he had to face in high school was obviously very high. His college career so far has been very high, and he's going to bring that dynamic to us as well. So we're looking for him to be a guy for us.
I can't remember the timing. Were you able to recruit him when he was in the portal? Were you able to talk to him, or was that off? I can't remember when.
Don't ask me for dates, man. I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Everything we did was right.
Yeah, everything we did
was right. Yeah. So I talked to Jaden for sure. Yeah.
You were pretty excited when he decided to
Oh
come?
yeah, of course. As soon as I found out that he was going to enter the portal, or saw that he went in the portal, he's a guy that I've had experience with, and I know who he is. I know how he plays. I know how he carries himself. The way he goes about his business academically and also athletically. He's what you want. And like I was talking about with the local guys, you get a Ruben Bain, Najee, these guys that grew up in this atmosphere down here in Miami, understand how important football is. And then have with Jaden in particular, having the experience that he's had at Oklahoma, it was a huge, huge get for us.